the big power groups on this planet actually came together, and they discussed how they are going to shift the reality, so that their interest is actually secured. But there are also ET civilizations that are also involved with what's going on. There are interfrequential influences, like higher frequential beings that are taking care that everything turns out very well. But then they came up with the solution that what they called independent field operator status, which is basically people like me, for example, that feel this very strong inner motivation to offer something, that they are released into the public, and they still all fall under the umbrella of easy deniability, which means everyone can still reject or not reject the reality, whatever they resonate with. So people that resonate with this reality, they can take this information and integrate it and learn to integrate it, which is good. But it also means, I'm gonna be very honest, it also puts the responsibility and the mechanism and the way you want to proceed that, and also the funding, it also puts that independently. So the government and certain advanced groups and whoever, they don't they don't have additional costs, and do not need to focus on what's going on.
Plausible deniability could say, oh, this is just some guy in Germany fabricating a whole story, and it's not real anyway, which protects you. I understand. And for people who can recognize the truth and say, oh my God, this really does sound like truth, then it's like, it's like food, So
yeah.
I appreciate that. But are you also saying there's really some plan behind the scenes, because change is inevitable, frequency shift is inevitable, the sun is changing as a variable star, it's emanations of light, and somebody is seeing the big picture, somebody or a collective has come together and they're seeing the big picture that we need to prepare humanity. And you, Tim, you go out to the public and you say what you can. Am I making that up, or is that really going on?
I gotta say there are like multiple, like countless agendas going on. So everyone who thinks like that the whole planet, that this is like a pyramid scheme where someone is from the top directing everything, that's not true. It's actually an effort to bring together certain contradicting power groups, because and try to find, because the change is inevitable, so it's gonna happen. The reason why we are going to, or why people are trying to come up with plans, is actually because they want to keep the narrative in their hands. They want to make sure that their interests are preserved. But does that mean that they are cohesive, that they are following the plan to 100%? No, absolutely not. What we see is that unfortunately these groups, they have limitations and they have trust issues, which is kind of normal. Their whole reality resolves around trust issues. That's what militaries dealing with conflicts, intelligences are dealing with observations and mistrust. So this is their limitation. And they also have administrative limitations, which means that they have certain protocols to follow and certain bureaucracy, which they limit too. So basically the idea to come up with, let's open the conversation and let's see who comes forward and brings up some new ideas. that's actually one of those plans. But still, there are other plans that are are executed right now too. The reason why I'm doing that is because it seems to be my nature, actually. So it's my inherent motivation, self-motivation. Yeah.
You're going up against the installation. You are in conflict with, I think that's what you mean by the matrix, whatever you want to call that. You're disturbing that, would you say? I mean,
no, I'm not disturbing that. I'm not trying to be a disturbing presence or something, but I'm trying. This is actually what I'm trained in my whole life. I'm trained in exit strategies and coming up with the solutions and tacticals, tactic strategies. So this is what I'm doing, and why I'm why I invited these people to found a community on Instagram, and why I'm connecting to all these beautiful people out there, because together we can make a difference, and we can build this reality to a mutual beneficial form. And within this form, all these other realities do have a place on their own too.